Together with me here in the European Parliament is Andrey Novakov. Thank you so much for your presence.
Happy to see you. Thank you for having me.
We have to discuss about the situation of the European Union and of our countries in terms of security and defense, because we are very close to the conflict that is happening in Ukraine, and also very close to all the discussions that are now on this subject.
At the beginning, I have to say that I'm worried about Romania. On 28th of July, we received an email, a letter from the European Commission stating that they're considering suspending payments to Romania. And this is by saying that I'm worried about Romania. This is not a cheap way to impress the Romanian public. I'm saying this because it's not possible to be rich with a poor neighbor. So your problems is our problem as well. We would like to go as a package and to go further, especially in the context of the war, because, you know, mines are floating on the Bulgarian beach, drones are landing on the sand, you know, and this I know it's happening in Romania quite often. Yeah. Romanian jet fighters are up in the air because they have some emergency tasks to deal with. So we are in a package. Like it or not, I prefer to like it. And now, especially in Schengen, especially I regret that you are not part of the Eurozone, because that will help even more. Your problems are affecting us, so I really hope that the new government is going to propose a plan in which the payments are not going to suspend. And it's really hard lesson to learn that almost 10% of budget deficit in Romania is something that was happening not overnight. It was happening every day, and somehow it was not noticed by the institutions.
We have a lot of things that are put into order right now, a lot of measures taken by the government. We'll see what's the effect. At the European level, how do you see the Europeans adapting to what is called the re-army of the European Union?
I consider this as a chance, especially for our countries who managed to preserve their production capacity and facilities already from the Warsaw Pact. Bulgaria and Romania are producing a lot, and unfortunately there is a market for it. Investments that are coming from European initiatives such as SAFE and now with Rearm Europe are chance for our economies to grow, to get advantage of this situation, because I think we deserve it. Because Bulgaria and Romania are on the front line. We are those who first open our homes for Ukrainian refugees, and still doing that. We are the ones who are dealing with bombs, drones, and mines and everything in our coast, in our air. It's not other countries. So we are the ones who is facing the most imminent threats. So I think at least this is the way to be rewarded for our courage, for our generosity, that we are expressing European solidarity, but we are paying for it. So I think this is something that Romania should do, because Bulgaria already did it. Almost $1 billion investment under SAFE, and Rheinmetall is going to build a powder factory in Bulgaria, opening 1,000 new jobs, and who knows what added value, because it's a production that is cost a lot, and it's not just, you know, selling socks, but it's something that will help our economies. It's pulling all of other sectors. Steel, high technology innovation, software even. So I really hope that Romania could stood up. I see some positive signals, as you said, and investment in dual-use production is something that we can do. However, there are bigger questions to be answered. And I've been in Ukraine several times. I opened my home for Ukrainian refugees 4 years ago. Saying this, I still have some questions in my head that is not letting me sleep at night. Like how a nuclear country is going to be defeated. How? I'm not saying it's good or bad. This is the reality. When in history that happened? So what we can learn? And with all due respect, you know, the president of the Russian Federation is not going to be stay for eternity. But Russia is there. So we have to have something in mind how to find a way to deal with this. Living in a constant mode of surviving is not something that we wish for our citizens. So rearm is one thing, because the history is showing that you can have negotiations in one way when the tanks are over there and a few blocks away, and if you go empty-handed, hoping for mercy of the one that you are negotiating with. Europe did not start any wars since 1944. We are the ones who is paying for the rest of the conflict. So rearming is part of our formula, but we should think for the next steps as well.
Part of the hybrid war is disinformation and fake news, and we've seen a lot in Romania for sure. I know that in Bulgaria also. How can we fight this?
Educating and being better at explaining what is going on, because we cannot avoid saying that the Russian propaganda is effective. That's it. They made a fake photo of President Macron and the rest of European leaders almost on their knees in front of you know, the Oval Cabinet in the White House, and millions of people believe in that.
That's the problem, yeah.
So we could not keep that Brussels language, which sounds plastic to people, distant. So we have ministers with power, with budget, responsible for the whole union, and we call them commissioners. Yes, I think the next step should be a direct election of a Spitzenkandidat for Rio, somebody who is elected by people. This is going to give him or her power and strength, and not being shaken by such a propaganda. And after all, as I said, the responsibility is ours. By ours, I mean mine as well. I should be better explaining that when in Moldovan press is saying that Europe is so poor that they eat in rats because of the sanctions, then it's my responsibility to go out and say this is complete nonsense. Nobody is eating rats here, not in Strasbourg, not in Brussels, not in Berlin, anywhere. Well, maybe in Omsk or Yakutsk. This is something that I will believe better. And when the propaganda is stating that, especially in Bulgaria, we had this 6 months ago, an openly pro-Russian colleague of mine said that the European Commission and the Parliament is going to take people's savings after 6 months to fund the war in Ukraine. 6 months has passed. No one took anything from anyone. And this is the moment to say this is propaganda. Next time when somebody is lying to you that is going to take your savings and pension to buy guns, then don't trust him and call him a liar, because it's a liar.
In Romania, a fake news that was rolled on internet was one saying that on 3rd of September, Romania will get into war in Ukraine. Well, we've passed 3rd of September and nothing happened. But a lot of fake news are appearing sometimes on daily basis. Do Bulgarians, Romanians, Europeans in general still trust the European Union, the politicians that are pro-European? You know,
I'm trying to understand the psychology of that and investing a lot of time to understand why this is so effective. For instance, when I go to Timișoara eating mamaliga with locals, just to understand what is worrying them, I see that the purpose of the propaganda is not to make you believe in something. The purpose of the propaganda is make you don't believe in anything, including your own government, own institution, own neighbor, nothing. You know, everybody is a liar, everything is a lie, so you don't believe in anything. In this case, just look in the history, see what happened, who said what, and when did you receive anything good and anything bad from the one who is telling you that. And I think Romania received only positive things after entering the European Union and Schengen and all the benefits of a 500 million single market. You are exporting cars because you received the French investment, selling in the whole European Union, almost a #1 in this. That would never happen in the Soviet Union. In the Soviet Union, you were producing the same cars, but I think in Bulgaria we waited for them for 15 years, if you received any. So would you like to go there? No.
What is, in your opinion, the biggest danger nowadays?
I don't want to create more tensions, but when I read news that the Baltic states are mining their borders, I don't think there is more imminent threat to that. When a Secret Service directors are openly warning people that they should be prepared, that they should pay attention, that something is going on when the jet fighters are often in the air because someone entered in your airspace, I think this is the most imminent threat. The most imminent threat is to forget investing in our economy, in our children, in their future, because of that threat. And this is so pity, because we didn't learn any of the lessons from the past. So now we are going to rearm again, to buy weapons again, because someone did not learn its lessons. And because it's dreaming to see borders not on Don, but on the Dnieper. And this is the whole thing, and this is pity. Unfortunately, we are forced to do so, because the only way to be respected is to show strength. Otherwise, you're a clown that anyone is laughing at you, and you're just a paper tiger that is voting on resolutions.
Thank you so much for this discussion. We will meet again soon.
Thank you.
Celor de acasă vă spun să rămâneți pe Antena 3 CNN. Nu uitați că ne revedem și sâmbătă viitoare la 9:30. Cu bine și sănătoși să fim!